Welcome to the channel, garden enthusiasts, tech-savvy plant lovers. Today we're diving into the world of smart gardening with the ECOWITT wireless multi-channel soil moisture sensor, the WH51. If you've ever struggled with knowing when to water your plants or want to optimize your irrigation system, this is the video for you. In this video, we'll explore what's in the box, the features of this nifty device, how to set it up and calibrate it, integrate it into Home Assistant, and round up with a conclusion as to if you should consider this device for your smart gardening arsenal. So let's turn that tap and dive on in. When you open the box, you'll find the following items: the WH51 soil moisture sensor unit itself, a battery cap, and a user manual. It's worth noting that the WH51 doesn't communicate over Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Z-Wave, or Bluetooth. Instead, it communicates over a proprietary radio frequency. This is the secret to the extra long range and excellent battery life. To be able to do this requires a hub, more specifically a GW1000 or GW2000 Wi-Fi gateway, which is sold separately. But if you've already purchased the ECOWITT Whitboy weather station, link in the pop-up above for a full review, then you already have the GW2000 and are good to go. The WH51 is a pistol shape with a handle that holds AA batteries which you'll need to supply, and the stock is where the electronics are stored. The barrel is the 8 cm moisture sensor and the part that goes into the soil. The whole unit is 135 mm long with a 70 mm handle with a thickness of 22 mm and is all green, so blends into your garden bed and virtually disappears. The battery compartment can be accessed by twisting off the battery screw cap, allowing you to slide a AA battery in positive first. Then, to make the battery compartment waterproof, there is a silicone green cap that slides on afterwards. Then, in typical ECOWITT fashion, you have an excellent comprehensive 26-page user manual. Now let's talk about what makes the WH51 soil moisture sensor stand out in the crowd. It uses a proprietary wireless technology to transmit data to an ECOWITT hub. Although this does bring a hub back into your life, in this case I'd argue it's worth it. Firstly, using the proprietary communication and hub means you get 100 plus meters of range, far greater than Zigbee or Bluetooth devices. I mean, who needs a Zigbee or Bluetooth repeater outside to try and pick up a signal from the end of the garden? The unit transmits data back to the hub every 70 seconds, which increases to every 10 seconds when a significant change in moisture is detected. Hence the WH51 SIP's battery life. That gives you a minimum of 1 year of battery life. And remember, this is a commonly available AA battery, not a button cell that you might have run out of. The WH51 has a claimed accuracy of 1%, which you can calibrate if required, allowing for even more specific readings. With the silicone battery cap installed, the unit is IP66 waterproof rated, so it's just as happy inside as it is outside in the elements. Up to 8 soil moisture sensors can be connected to the gateway, be they the WH51, the WH51L or WN51, so you should be able to monitor the whole of your garden. Let's walk through the setup process. Now, as with all ECOWITT products, this is the simplest setup ever. I'll assume that you have already set up your gateway and have logged into your account. Now unscrew the battery cap. Insert a AA battery into the WH51 sensor. Screw back on the battery cap and place the protective silicone cover over the battery cap. And that's literally all you need to do on the device. Now let's go and see if it worked. Open the ECOWITT app. Scroll to the bottom and you will see your WH51 soil moisture sensor listed with the channel number suffix. And you're done. How simple was that? Now, it is recommended that you test your device before putting in your garden. Make sure your sensor is dry and you should see a 0% reading in the app. Now place the sensor in a glass of water and you should see the sensor rise to above 90%. If you see this, then you are good to place the sensor in your garden. Just remember that the green portion of the sensor is above ground as per the markings. Now there is a custom mode where you can adjust the calibration to give you a true 100% when in pure water, But remember, this is a soil moisture sensor and not a leak detector, so its purposes are very different. To set up custom levels, press the three dots in the top right hand corner of the app, not the tile. Select Calibrate. Select Multi-Channel Soil. Here you can see the current AD or analog to digital value, which is the value between 0 and 1000. Then the value that is currently determined to be 0%, which is defaulted to 170, and 100%, which is defaulted to 320. To change these values, you must toggle on the custom values. The calibration of the sensor is a hotly debated topic in forums, but personally I need the value to be an estimate as to determine if I need to turn on my sprinkler or not. However, if you wish to tune your sensor to your specific soil type, then prepare 2 soil samples. One completely dry sample for your specific soil type at 0 moisture, and one fully saturated sample for your soil type at 100% moisture. Insert the sensor into the dry soil sample and note the reading. Now insert the sensor into the saturated soil sample and note the reading. Then use these readings to set the custom calibration range, setting the 0% AD value to the reading for the dry soil and the 100% AD value for the saturated soil. Now that your WH51 is set up, let's explore what you can do with the Ecowitt app. Open the app, scroll to the WH51, which will have a name of soil followed by the channel number. Displayed is the soil moisture as a percentage. For the 2 additional percentages below this, the left-hand figure in orange is the fill capacity. This is an important soil moisture metric that presents the amount of water contained in the soil 24 hours after saturation. When excessive water is drained away due to the gravity, fill capacity is the optimal moisture level for the plant growth. I'll put a reference in the description for more information about this. The right-hand percentage in blue is the absolute dry, which is the percentage that represents the driest possible conditions of the soil, calibrated to 0% for moisture content. It serves as a reference point for the soil moisture measurements. Again, I'll put another reference in the description if you want to read more about this. Now, there is a lot of discussion about these topics, and I definitely don't have green fingers. But let me know in the comments your thoughts as to using these values. And finally, to the right of the soil percentage is the AD value, with a range of 0 to 1000, which we discussed earlier. To integrate Ecowitt with Home Assistant, check out the link in the pop-up above for a step-by-step guide. Now let's see what values we've brought across with the integration. Navigate to Settings, Devices and Services. Search for and select Ecowitt. Select your device. Scroll down into the sensor section and you should see the name of the soil sensor, in my case Soil Moisture 1, and the relative percentage. Selecting the percentage will bring up a graph of the values. Now I've been testing with the custom ranges and hence why these figures seem to be jumping around. Scroll down further and in the diagnostic section you will see the battery level for the sensor also. Now for all you graphaholics, let's create a graph of the information by using the plotty card. If you don't know what plotty is, then it's the simplest way to create stunning dynamic graphs within Home Assistant. Check out the video in the pop-up above. I'll be creating this in a section view dashboard, but the following process is true of any dashboard. Press the plus to add a card. Search for and select Plotly Graph Card. Give your card a name, such as Soil Moisture and Rainfall. Set your duration in hours to display. I'll be setting to 4 hours. I'll be clearing out the sun entity as I don't wish to display this. In the entity field, search for Soil Moisture 1 and select. For the second field, I'll select the Whitboy Rain Rate Pizzo. This will give me the instantaneous amount of rain that is falling on the sensor. Now press Save and press Done. Now, although the data might not be that exciting, I think you can see how simple it was to create a dynamic graph of your data. Now you can use the same entity in automations to trigger your sprinkler or alert you to dry conditions. So the Ecowitt WH51 wireless multi-channel soil moisture sensor, what do I think? Well, there are a lot of soil moisture sensors on the market, and some are amazingly cost effective. So why should you spend $17.99 American or $29.99 Australian for this one, especially when you consider you have to pair it with a hub to work? Well, that's a simple question to answer. This is reliable, accurate, built to last, amazing range and battery life, and will give you solid performance from the day you start using it. This is probably why it has a customer review rating of 4.91 out of 5 on ECOWITT website and 4.4 out of 5 on Amazon. So if you want quality that's going to last and give you reliable results, this is the one for you. I do, however, have one word of caution. If you invest into the Ecowitt ecosystem and get exposed to all that data plus thousands of others that share their data globally, you are going to turn into a data nerd with graphs for everything. You have been warned. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video and have learned something. Don't forget to share, like, comments, and if you want early access to similar material and other perks, then why not become a channel member? And if I've helped you make a purchasing decision, then use the links below, or maybe a super thanks or PayPal donation. It's really appreciated and helps us continue make similar material. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. See you in the next one.